Huh?
Okay, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to find Kai Cenat's stream playlist, because I know he has some good music on his streams usually. And so I wanted to find what that was, but I can't seem to find anything. Oh god. What the fuck? What is this? I did not know that was a thing.
Welcome to a place where nothing.
Okay, I couldn't find the Kai Cenat stream playlist, but I'm just gonna watch his streams more often and try and figure out what all the songs are that he uses. Anyways, this is the video that I wanted to watch. If you guys don't remember, Clout Gang was like basically the opposite of Team 10 back in the day, in like 2016, 2017, and then the tail, or I guess the beginning or tail end of 2018. But basically, we're just gonna go on like a retrospective of the fucking Clout Gang, I guess.
In 2017, during the era of diss tracks and YouTube drama, one house would become synonymous with some of the most successful content creators at the time. That place was the Clout House, which held the Clout Gang for a few years, consisting of Rice.
The Clout House held the Clout Gang. That's such a funny sentence.
Alyssa Violet, FaZe Banks, Summer Rae, and Wolfie Raps. The Clout House was an
There was more people than that, but I'm pretty sure, right? There's no way there wasn't more members than that.
iconic place for its time, as not only did it feature in some of the most viewed videos of the past few years, but it also functioned as a place where many bigger YouTubers would temporarily stay to further their careers. But despite how popular they once were, the exact future of the house's occupants are mostly unknown, as they've gradually faded into irrelevance. In this video, I'm going to excavate the Clout House and dig down to examine the remains of its residents' careers, who they were before they joined, and what's happened to them since. Let's begin. At the end of 2016, Ricky Bengtson, better known as FaZe Banks, was at the helm of a social media empire. Just 3 years ago, he was posting trickshot clips of Call of Duty onto his YouTube channel, but after building his way up, he proved himself as an incredibly capable owner.
I'm not gonna lie, chat, I didn't know who FaZe Banks was back when he did Call of Duty content. But that's probably because I didn't really watch FaZe until they started doing like real life social media stuff.
Of FaZe Clan, so much so that he had moved on to further his own career. In March 2017, Banks got a year-and-a-half lease on a 10-bedroom house in the heartland of LA. The house, which cost $100,000 a month and was previously rented out
$100,000. Wait, it really costs $100,000 a month? The Clout House costed $100,000 a month. That's insane.
out by Justin Bieber, was now in the hands of Banks. But he never really intended for it to be a YouTube or a FaZe house. Instead, he had much more personal plans, chief among them being his own clothing brand Loose Change, and he needed some help with working on it. So he enlisted none other than Ricegum. Just a few years ago, Brian Lee was a decently known streamer in the gaming scene, but after the chaotic year of 2016...
That's the funny part is, chat, I didn't know Ricegum before he started doing, like, real content. Not to say Call of Duty content isn't real. Chat, hear me out. Not to say that Call of Duty content isn't real content. Because that's where I got 2,000 subscribers from. On my YouTube channel. Which is crazy. That's where I got my fucking subs from. For the most part. I had like 70 subscribers before that. Anyways, yeah, I'm not saying Call of Duty content isn't real. I'm just saying like real life content, you know?
He had skyrocketed to over 5 million subscribers. Turns out back then there was a very big audience for making fun of cringy kids online, and tons of people flocked to his content. However, as time was passing, he seemed pretty directionless, as his new uploads mostly consisted of attempting to start drama with other YouTubers. In fact, his reputation as a content creator was pretty shaky for a number of reasons. First off, a lot of his personality revolved around diss tracks, which he would insert at the end of his videos. However, there were always rumours that he wouldn't really write his own lyrics, and in January, those rumours were all but confirmed when someone hacked into the account of Discord, a YouTube-based rapper, and leaked all of the DMs he was sending to Ricegum. Then, when at a party inside the Clout house in March with Gabby Hanna, Gabby approached him asking to freestyle. She then poked fun at him for a bit, and from there, two things happened. Either he threw her phone, or he hit her. This would become a huge event with many people on either side of the situation just fighting amongst themselves, but it wouldn't compare in size to what would come next in summer 2017. Yeah, that's it. When Disney star and Vine content creator Jake Paul released It's Everyday Bro on
It's everyday, bro. It's everyday.
Huh?
Oh, what's up? Thank you for the follow. It's everyday, bro. How's your day going?
May the 31st, 2017, it went viral instantly, and everyone laughed at it.
That scared the shit out of me, I'm not gonna lie.
Jake Paul had become the most plentiful market of content for that year because he was the centre of attention everywhere on his side of the internet. His channel growth was unlike any other, his personality and pace of his vlog was something new to the table, and he was incredibly controversial. From setting fire to his pool...
I'm pretty good. Just watching I guess you would call it a retrospective on the Clout House from, like, 2017.
Bullying, to jumping on a news van, everyone had his eyes on him, and a lot of people hated him. And that's how the Clout House's third resident entered the scene. After graduating from high school in Ohio during 2014, Alyssa Violet wasn't really too set on what to do with her future, but after meeting Jake and Logan Paul whilst they were touring, Alyssa got to know Jake personally. After months of talking, they became incredibly close, and Jake convinced her to move to LA.
You know, chat, sometimes I forget that Alyssa Violet ever had anything to do with Jake Paul, and then I remember, oh yeah, they were like fake dating or whatever. And it's like, well, that's cringy. At least she was like actually dating the person that she moved in with next. I'm not a big fan of Jake Paul, to be honest. Me either. I mean, on my old YouTube channel, I used to literally just make edits of Jake Paul making fun of him, basically. Like, I would take his original vlogs and just like make fun of him using like memes and random clips that I would insert into his videos
To pursue a modeling career. This proved to be a risky but ultimately profitable decision, as Alyssa herself became a star in the Vine scene out of nowhere.
But those videos don't exist anymore, so.
Her account had reached around 600,000 before Vine shut down in January 2017, but she and Jake had already made plans for other outlets. During 2015 and 2016, she was a founding member.
Alright, I'll see you later. I'll text you later.
Of her friend, now turned boyfriend's company, Team 10, and had been constantly vlogging with him for months. That was all turned on its head when in February 2017, Alyssa was kicked out of the Team 10 house by Jake, amidst allegations thrown at each other over cheating and manipulation, and amplified by the subsequent Twitter argument they would have.
So, I'm sure you guys want to know what's going on right now. Basically this, Jake's kicking me out. He didn't want to wait for me to get my apartment, which I'm getting in a couple days, so he threw all my stuff downstairs and put a lock on the door. So this is what I'm working with. And apparently I don't live in here anymore, all my stuff's like gone. You know, I want you guys there with me through life, and I'm not going to be making videos with Jake anymore, so I want to explain why. So now it's created an entire inconvenience for me because now I have to just hire a moving company and put all my stuff.
The funny part about this like clip is that Jake is nowhere to be seen in this entire section of the video, and she's just like talking shit about him, and he's just not even in his own home to defend himself or anything. He probably knew she was gonna make content out of it and didn't want to be part of it, I'm assuming is what happened, but you know, it's still kind of weird. It's a weird situation.
Stuff in storage, and like it's just insane.
Now, usually you wouldn't have anything happen beyond this, but later in May, when It's Everyday Bro dropped, Jake directly targeted Alyssa on the track, and it was clear that there was an opportunity.
Wait, hold on. I'll be right back. I gotta do something. Sorry, chat. I'm back. I'm back, chat. Don't you fret. Don't you worry.
Not only did Banks know who Alyssa was previously, but the Jake Paul saga made her perspective incredibly valuable. So, on June the 1st, Ricegum and Alyssa would collaborate on a reaction video, which has now gained over 30 million views. On June the 9th, Alyssa would post her own video talking about her experience with Jake Paul, where she told how she felt emotionally drained because Jake had been manipulating and toying with her in their relationship. And then on June, where the Clout House officially began. Not only does the video with almost 300 million views feature it prominently, but this is a direct attack at Jake Paul and Team 10 using music, the same medium they had used to become famous in the first place. And with a track that became the first YouTuber-made single to go platinum and hit the Billboard Hot 100, it's
absolutely insane. That's insane that that ever happened. Let's go, listen to that right now. This went platinum. Good song, but like, is it good enough to be a mainstream song that's like actually popular and 200 million views? I don't know. I don't know about that one.
For the rest of 2017, the Clout House would add two more to its most known permanent residents, Summer Rae and Wolfie Raps. Summer Rae was one of the most well-known Instagram fitness influencers with over 50 million followers before she moved in. Meanwhile, hailing from Canada, Wolfie Raps had gotten big off of extreme experiment and challenge videos during 2016. And there is how the main people managed to become part of the Clout House. Of course, there were celebrities who visited, such as KSI, Logan Paul, Shane Dawson, Lil Uzi Vert, Ugly God, and many, many more, but I'm only going to focus on the main five particularly.
When the fuck did Uzi go to the Clout House? Of course Uzi went to the Clout House.
And what's happened to them since they joined. Whilst not the immediate owner of the house, Ricegum has definitely contributed towards the Clout House getting the most attention. After all, it was featured in all of his music videos and all of his vlogs, which he started doing after his Jake Paul diss track got all of that attention. Throughout the summer, he would grind these out almost every day, and he got a boost when he started collaborating with KSI, who had left his own YouTube group Sidemen to stay at the Clout House and trade diss tracks with his former friends. Ricegum would later feature on one of KSI's diss tracks called Earthquake, and the Clout House was used as a filming base for KSI's Little Boy music video. However, summer wouldn't last forever, and Ricegum's fortunes were turned around when one of commentary's giants came knocking. On October 3rd, 2017, iDubbbz, known at the time for his visceral takedowns of other YouTubers, will drop the 11th iteration of his Content Cop series, titled Content Cop Jake Paul, but aimed towards Ricegum. In the episode, iDubbbz...
He didn't even want to give Ricegum the attention, so he titled it fucking Jake Paul. Either that, or he thought Jake Paul was more relevant, so he was like, I'll just title it Jake Paul to get people's attention.
iDubbbz systematically takes apart Ricegum's online character over the last few years in the form of 7 deadly sins. He talks first about Ricegum's inability to take criticism, by talking about one of Ricegum's old streams from before he blew up, where he talks to a rape victim and asks him very interesting questions.
Why he raped you?
iDubbbz then goes over Ricegum's projection of his rapper-esque lifestyle.
That wasn't even the worst question that he asked in that video.
His lack of permission when phoning other girls for his live streams, his admission to attempting to record and then upload someone having sex with him without our knowledge, him not paying $10,000 to the winner of the clickbait challenge, his obnoxious attitude towards flexing and money, him stretching out his videos, and his general outward arrogance and pride. The video was impressive and seemed to completely obliterate any semblance of reputation that Rice had left. However, despite that, in the grander scheme of things, it wouldn't really impact Ricegum's overall numbers or career as much as some expected. For the most part, everyone still knew Ricegum was a piece of shit beforehand. He still stayed strong and in the Clout House, even filming his iDubbbz response diss track, Frick the Police, in there as well. From then on, he would continue to ride the lifestyle wave out, as for him, he didn't really need drama to get views anymore, but that doesn't mean he didn't keep out of it. For example, in February 2018, YouTube animator The Odd Ones Out would make a small dig at him in one of his videos discussing materialism, and Ricegum took issue with that and managed to make an entire 7-minute video out of it.
That's insane. An animator just out of nowhere gives us like small criticism about you and you're like, oh, they mentioned me, I gotta make an entire fucking video about it. That's hilarious.
Around the same time, Ricegum would also start stripped Fortnite videos, where he'd have an attractive woman next to him, and every time he would get a kill, he would remove one piece of...
Is that an attractive woman? Chat, am I bugging? Okay,
clothing. This content, despite how degenerate it was, managed to get almost 100 million views over 6 videos. In March, he would also call out iDubbbz to a boxing match live on Drama Alert, after previously being challenged by other YouTubers such as Rotashaw, who after being denied by RiceGum decided to make a video and diss track on him. And yes, it's that one.
Good afternoon! Your mum looks like Kim Jong-un!
This should actually replace the British national anthem.
What the fuck?
On June the 12th, 2018, RiceGum uploaded a video called Why I Left the Clout House. I'm sorry. But he didn't actually leave the Clout House because the video instead focuses on RiceGum's vlog in Hong Kong. Whilst clickbait is one thing, that's hardly the worst part of the video. RiceGum's Hong Kong vlog generally shows him being a public nuisance, disrespecting the culture of Hong Kong, as he goes out of his way to annoy and even bully members of the general public.
Which is hilarious, because in 2018, Logan Paul was doing the same fucking thing. That's crazy.
Again, for obvious reasons, this got a lot of backlash, primarily from a lot of YouTubers based in or originating from China and Hong Kong, but also people in the mainstream. They viewed his behaviour as immature and insensitive, and many compared it to Logan Paul's vlogs in Japan.
Yep, I just said that.
Responded to this by making a video on June 26th called Why Everyone in China Hates Me, where he defends himself by saying it was just jokes, comparing himself to other comedians, and going over some hate comments he got. But the onslaught of 2018 wasn't over for Rice. On December the 31st, Rice would upload a video called How I Got AirPods for $4, in which he shows off the mystery brand website who had sponsored the video. The website was like a loot crate of sorts, where the user would pay money for a chance at getting various items, ranging from stickers to cars. In his video, you can see that he manages to get a lot of valuable items, but as with all loot crate scandals, something wasn't right. Again, many YouTubers such as H3 Productions and PewDiePie pointed this out and criticized RiceGum for his video, saying that he was promoting a gambling website to children. He quickly responded to them in a video where he says that other YouTubers did the same thing and were not criticized for it, only becoming an issue when he did it. Ultimately though, at the end of the video, he said that the damage was already done, and put Amazon gift card codes on screen as an apology. They were later discovered to be redeemed months prior to the controversy. Of course, after this, he kept getting consistent views in the millions, and his concurrent viewers on streams were in the tens of thousands, but that was about the end of it for his public relevancy, as from there his channel flatlined at 10 million. In 2020, he announced that he was moving out the Clout House, and since then his uploading has been infrequent. In the same year, he also worked with Leaf.
Wait, let's check RiceGum. Damn, he's actually lost subscribers since then. Not too many, but still. Which is crazy because he came back to the internet recently.
Who upon his return promoted their collaborative brand, Always Lucky. In 2021, having moved into the new FaZe house in LA, he was also caught up in a pump and dump scandal when he and a number of FaZe members were influencer ambassadors for the Save the Kids token, marketed as a crypto token that gave a percentage of the investment to charity. However, soon after release, most of the ambassadors sold all of their stakes and the coin crashed, scamming most of the people who invested. Possibly to distract from this, he started having feuds with Adrian Ross that are now resolved, and also started having drama with KSI over previous experiences. His last regular upload since then was July of 2021, and from then onwards he stayed radio silent, mostly focusing on building his own life and family. There was a teaser early this year in 2023 when he posted asking if he should come back, but the good mood was tragically cut short when he had to announce in April that he and his significant other had lost their child to stillbirth. Going back to 2017, soon after the formation and popularity of the Clout House, it wouldn't be long before the members got into yet more drama with Jake Paul. This seemed inevitable, especially since FaZe Banks had begun dating Alyssa Violet. In August 2017, Jake Paul would make a video alleging that FaZe Banks had assaulted one of his assistants at a club, saying that she was clotheslined by Banks, who gave her a bruise on the neck, reenacting—
I think it's insane that Jake Paul was ever on Disney Channel. He was so problematic this entire time, and it's like nobody even cared.
Headlock that Banks supposedly did on her. Banks would respond a few days—
I mean, why would they want someone who posts on the internet for a job every single day? Like what Jake Paul used to do.
later with a 30-minute video, in which he refutes a lot of the claims. He shows proof that Nick Crompton of Team 10 actually contacted him previously and discussed the incident as if it were an accident. Before Jake Paul's video came out, they seemed to paint him as a much more aggressive individual. Banks would also point out inconsistencies in the assistant's story, and established that there was a chance that he accidentally hit her while he was dancing. He would later bring in witnesses to explain their testimony of what happened at the party, and aired out his own suspicions that members of Team 10 were possibly trying to drug him. Later, he would do an interview with a Team 10 member known as Max Beaumont, who was there during the situation. Max explained that he did not see Banks assault or forcibly kiss anyone, and that he was actually friendly towards them. Banks would end his statement by saying that he would not be able to share the security footage of the incident online because he was getting lawyers and managers involved. And at the end of it all, Banks would gain around 1 million subscribers in a week, with Jake Paul losing 200,000 subscribers and going below 10 million. Flipping forward to November 2017, Banks and Alyssa Violet go out to a Barley house for a Thanksgiving night. However, the night soon turns sour after the two get into multiple fights with the staff members, with Banks breaking his third finger on his left hand as he was fighting, and Alyssa's lip being busted open, along with a black eye. Later in the month, the internet got their hands on the CCTV footage, in which many people saw that underneath his cap, FaZe Banks was actually balding. Now, Barley House actually issued a response to this incident talking about their side of the fight, and they assumed Banks wouldn't respond to them, as they had successfully filed a restriction order
Wait,
about FaZe Banks was actually balding.
Don't do my guy like that.
Now, Barley House actually issued a response to this incident talking about their side of the fight, and they assumed Banks wouldn't respond to them as they had successfully filed a restriction order on him so that he couldn't speak out about it. 3 weeks later, Banks would then break the deadlock and respond to Barley House, claiming that he got a lot of lawyers just to...
The fact that he's balding like that is hilarious. That he's balding in that way.
Make the video, and said that everything the Barley spokesperson said was a lie, mainly because he was not there during the incident. However, due to making that response, Banks was sued, went to court, and was forced to delete the video, paying $150,000 for making and publishing it in the first place, which probably increases balding. Not a lot would happen with FaZe Banks for the next 2 years, as he was primarily a co-host of Keemstar's podcast, Mom's Basement.
That's the thing, the point of the show is we want to talk about what's trending and what's popping right now.
Why are you f***ing here, man? You're so old.
But everything was thrown in the air again when in May 2019, Tfue would sue FaZe. During 2018, Tfue was one of the most promising new faces of the streaming scene. After being signed to FaZe in 2018 when he was just 19, Tfue would become one of the most well-known Fortnite streamers on the scene. Yet behind the scenes, there were collusions with contracts. In his video, Tfue says he was missing out because of FaZe Clan's connection with a deal he signed in April 2018, keeping only 20% of the revenue from any branded videos that were published on Twitch, YouTube, or social media, alongside half
Oh, holy shit, I didn't even know this.
of his revenue from touring and appearances. He also says that FaZe Clan pressured him to gamble and drink alcohol before legal age in their houses. Banks would make a response to the allegations on Twitter, stating that they were made up and lies. According to himself and the FaZe Clan, they collected no money from the tournaments or social media revenue, and said that Tfue would collect millions during his time in the FaZe Clan. Banks would then reiterate that in his own response video on YouTube, as well as adding that Tfue was the one pressuring people into doing things. He would also mention a deleted video that Tfue uploaded, where a party took place at his current girlfriend's house before turning 21. A BB gun was shot through someone's cheek as another stunt, and drinking was involved.
Fucking course Steve will do it, is there.
In May, Tfue would hit back at FaZe Clan and Banks, explaining that he did not want the drinking and gambling allegations in the lawsuit, and explained his feelings on his contract ever since joining FaZe Clan, ending the video off by urging FaZe to release his contract to the public. Banks would respond by saying he would release the contract as soon as he could, but in the end, it wasn't him who would release it. The leak of Tfue's contract by The Blast News officially stated that Tfue got 80% of brand deals, 50% of merchandise, 50% appearance fees, and 20% prize pools, which sums up only having 50% of what he earns towards FaZe Clan. In August, FaZe Clan would countersue Tfue, claiming he disparaged the team, stole his confidential information, and interfered with the team's other business contracts and relationships. Additionally, they claimed that Tfue earned as much as $20 million since he joined FaZe Clan in April 2018, and that is the last of what we've heard publicly about this lawsuit. Since his public drama with Tfue, FaZe Banks hasn't really uploaded ever since. His last involvement in something was removing the FaZe members who'd been involved in the Save the Kids coin, and he's just been living his own life, as the members of FaZe also managed to get their own house, although some have attributed the subsequent downfall to FaZe to his actions. In an Instagram post, he wrote, "Hard quit social media a while ago. Haven't posted a main IG feed in over a year. No idea why I figured I should switch up and post something now, but here you go. Shit's exhausting. I spent a decade of my life caring. I just don't anymore. Everything's amazing, all is well. I've never been this calm/happy. I love you guys more than anything. It's not because I don't care about you, it's the social media clout game. Just tired of it. The real ones, my real people, I'm in debt to you for the rest of my human life. You changed it forever. If you're reading this, you're partially responsible for me not being a complete loser. Lost, sad, nobody. Thank you a million times over. I genuinely love each and every one of you. Thank you, until next year. Back to 2017, and in FaZe Banks' video on Jake Paul, Alyssa would come in the second half of the video to talk about her own experience with Jake Paul in more detail, talking about how Jake assaulted her multiple times. This ranged from being spat on during disagreements to being pushed into a prickly bush. She also called him a racist, sexist, and a homophobe. Anyway, since Alyssa and Banks were dating for a while, this means that their stories follow a pretty parallel timeline for the most part. She continued to date him and appeared in a lot of the videos.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the racist, sexist, and homophobic stuff, there's been a lot of evidence come out about Jake Paul about all three of those things. So, do with that what you will.
More beef with Jake Paul, and then there was the fight at the Barley House. But things soon turned awkward after Banks made up with Jake Paul in May 2019 and made a video with him. This of course prompted a lot of people to comment in anger, either saying that it was all fake or that Banks shouldn't have made up with Jake Paul. But Banks clarified his position in the comments, saying this: "Alright guys, so needless to say, but this might be the weirdest video I've ever posted. Before you pass judgment or jump to conclusions, I ask that you just watch the video to see how it all turned out. Alyssa and I ran into Jake at Coachella and the interaction was genuine and it was the right kind of conversation. That turned into us squashing the beef after a full year of being very public about how much we hate each other. Moral of the story, be the bigger man when the opportunity presents itself." Banks would also say this on Twitter: "It's just a weight off both of our shoulders and it's lame internet drama. We ran into him at Coachella and had the right kind of conversation. We all decided to let the past be the past and move forward. Like I said, watch the video, you might learn something." Which is kind of shaky to me, considering that the so-called lame internet drama included allegations of assault and manipulation. Inevitably, this would cause Alyssa to drift further apart from Banks in their relationship, and it would all end between them 2 months later. From what everyone initially saw though, the breakup was relatively amicable and peaceful until December, when the rug was pulled from underneath everyone. In a response to the tweet that asked, "How did you find out you were being cheated on?" Alyssa said, "I was asleep upstairs with our dogs and he wasn't next to me, so I checked our guest house and caught him naked in bed with a random girl." Banks would respond by saying, "I love you," and then Alyssa would respond to him by posting an entire set of messages. "Goodbye. Dude, why? I love you. What the hell this ain't cool. I love you. Did you love me when you were hooking up with a random whore in our house? Did you love me when you Snapchatted that girl in Vegas to come fuck you when I was at dinner with you? Dude, what the fuck is this? I always kept my promises. Did you love me when I was in Orlando for our cousin's wedding and you hooked up with a girl in our bed?" Alyssa and Banks then continued the back and forth online. "Did you love me when I've been asking for 5 months to help out with our dogs, but you told me to ship them to my parents in Ohio because it was too much for you? I couldn't take care of them, I want them to have a good life. Why are we doing this online? Did you love me when you texted that girl that you were on your way to a hotel room at 6 AM to get weird whilst I was sleeping next to you? Did you love me when you said you were a highlight room, but I had your location and you were at a random apartment complex for 2 hours? Did you love me when you broke 8 of my phones? Did you love me when you smashed in the back of Chantel's window?"
8 phones? What the fuck?
"Of a card that she gave me. Did you love me when you fucked all the girls I was worried about whilst we were dating?"
Why did I never hear about this? Holy shit, the fact that this happened... How many years ago? 7 years ago is insane, and I didn't even know about this.
After the breakup. Banks would post a response to this in which he generally talks about how, from his perspective, neither of them were perfect, adding that he would not allow the details of his intimate and private relationship to become a spectacle online. Again, you can take what he said in whatever way. Since then, Alyssa has been mostly on her own, doing her own thing, posting occasional vlogs to her channel. She went onto the BFFs podcast to say that she's generally just been taking care of her mental health, and since then has become friends with Banks again, and has still been tweeting to this day. Since she was an Instagram model and not a YouTuber, Summer Rae's position in online drama was very different to any of her peers. There was also the fact that her Instagram following was massive in the first place, so no one really fucked her over early in her career. That's not to say that people didn't try though. Back during late January of 2017, Summer's manager reported her to be missing after she and her assistant went to Mexico for a quick photo shoot, declaring she had been kidnapped. The photo shoot was meant to take 2 hours, but she had been gone for over 15 hours before she posted on Snapchat letting people know that she was safe.
"We just want everyone to know that we're okay and that we're safe. Sorry guys, thank you."
Whilst the event was traumatizing, a lot of people jumped to say that it was staged, with others even making videos saying that they had proof, but this would be far from her most eventful controversy.
The fact that that article... Why did I pause it here? Anyways, the fact that article says Instagram ass model. Instagram ass model.
See.
Instagram ass model. Are you fucking kidding me?
No, nigga. No.
On the 3rd of March 2018,
She looks like an OnlyFans girl. Well, I think she was relevant before OnlyFans even existed.
a YouTuber by the name of SoloWin tweeted about how he hadn't been paid for editing some of Summer Rae's videos, saying this: "It's been months and I still never got paid for the videos I edited for Summer. I tried to discuss the matter privately, but it seems her or her management don't want anything to do with me. Uploading a video on it soon because I'm honestly tired of this shit." Just a week later, Solomon would post a video talking about his experience in much more detail.
Get it, dude?
He had made 12 videos
Hell
with them
yeah.
over the summer, being owed $600.
This is another thing I didn't even fucking know about. Hold on, let me check his channel. Is it still... Okay, where would this be? 7 years ago? Oh, he made multiple videos.
Yo guys, what is up? Solon here, back with a new video, and this is my final video on this topic as I do not want to drag the situation on longer than it needs to be. But depending on how Summer and her team respond, I'll decide whether or not it's worth it to make a video on the topic. But as I said a couple times in the last video, please do not go to Summer's channel or Instagram or just any social media and send her hate, as it's really immature and it doesn't make you look good as a person yourself, and overall it's just not a really great way to solve a problem. I created a video that talked about the events of Sunday, March 11th, when Keemstar created a drama alert video addressing the situation. But right now I want to discuss about a tweet that Summer tagged both Keem and I in, but later deleted. I really appreciate the people that screenshotted the tweet right before she deleted it because I was asleep at the time. It's a screenshot of a note she wrote on her phone on March 12, 2018 at 10:35 p.m. and a screenshot of an email she sent to me on July 17th, 2017. The email screenshot in which I also show in a clip of my last video. Keep in mind that Summer's on the West Coast and I'm on the East, so there's obviously a 3-hour difference between us. So it was around 1:35 a.m. when she tweeted it, but the note that she tweeted out says this: "Anyone giving me hate about my old editor slandering my name on his YouTube channel saying I didn't pay him. LOL. He agreed to payment being his channel in my description. I usually do a 3-month trial period before payment to see if I should even invest in the editor. We only worked together about 2 months, if that. He was very unreliable and would take weeks to edit and send over the vid. He had about 10k subs and now about 100k. So he got his payment in subs and some relevance in his name. He's mad I didn't still work with him, so he made fake texts with my team and for me to try to use my name to get some more hype. I don't have time for drama like this, and I don't deserve hate for some lies a little kid makes on the internet. Love you all." And she posts a screenshot of an email she sends to me. Although this wasn't the best way to reply, I tweeted this after I woke up and saw that some people screenshotted this and sent this to me. In the tweet, I said, "LOL, no slander was involved. I doubt you watched the video. 10,000 subscribers? Check my social media the day I started editing for you. Fake texts? I can easily rebuttal that, but I respect your privacy. People lie to look good for themselves. I wonder why you deleted this tweet." As I said before, I know it might have not been the best way to reply to what she had said, and I completely take fault if I come across as egotistical on the last sentence of the tweet I sent. Summer claims that I'm slandering her name in my previous YouTube video. It's clearly obvious that she doesn't know what the term slander means, nor did she even bother watching the video. And to add on,
That's funny that she said, "I don't have time for this shit." Like, what the fuck was she doing back then? What was she doing that she didn't have time to address this? That's hilarious. Like, what were any of these social media people doing when they weren't making YouTube videos? Nothing. Nothing. They weren't doing nothing.
yes, I agreed to the statement in the email that said, and as far as payment, in the beginning,
Most of them didn't even stream or do anything else. Except for Rice Gum, and even back during that time period, I don't even think Rice Gum streamed anymore. He does now, but I don't think he did when he was actually relevant.
I'm gonna tag whoever edits my videos in the description. So payment is growing your page, LOL. Till I start making money off YouTube, then I'll start paying money. If you're cool with that, let's start. And I also agree with the terms of you paying me as you generated revenue from YouTube, in which you are doing right now. The videos I edited for you are the highest grossing on your channel, so I'm most likely sure that you've gained enough ad revenue to pay off the compensation. And to add on, you completely contradicted yourself by saying that I only agreed to the payment of growth, rather than fulfilling and exclaiming your full statement that's clearly shown in the screenshot provided in your tweet. That was a clear attempt to make the compensation situation to look as if I only did the job for channel growth, in which I did not. You claim that you do a 3-month trial with editors, editors? Why didn't you explicate and share the information with me while I was editing for you? And you are correct, I did edit your videos for 2 months. And if it did take weeks to edit and send an individual video, wouldn't it be impossible to send 12 videos over the course of 2 months? Summer, your statement is not bringing anything new to the table, and if anything, you're making yourself look bad. Did you even attempt to watch the previous video? I also did not have 10,000 subscribers when I started editing for you. Around the time I started editing for you, which was July 17th, 2017, I had around 50,000 subscribers. And if you don't believe that, please check Social Blade to verify your false statement, Summer. Why would I be mad that I don't work with you any longer? I'm simply upset that I didn't receive the compensation that you and I agreed on, which was paying me for the videos I edited. You claim that I make fake texts with you and your team. And in all honesty, that statement does not add up at all when you clearly sent your personal cell phone number through the chain of emails in which we talked to each other on for better communication while I was editing for you. The exact same number you sent to me through the
This is crazy how much better he is at articulating shit than a mainstream content creator. I might actually just start watching this guy's videos. Holy shit. He's cool.
Email chain screenshot of your deleted tweet is the exact same number that I was communicating with. To verify this 100%, I would have to show the number in which I was texting through iMessage on my iPhone and match that with the number you sent me through your email. But I won't be doing that because 1, I respect your privacy, and 2, I don't want countless people bombarding your management line cell phone number. Lies a little kid made on the internet? Everything in the previous video added up and made sense. The statement on your iPhone note is what doesn't make sense and is easy to rebuttal as the story is all over the place. As I said in the last video, if I knew I was in the wrong, I would have never bothered to even create the video in the first place. That's all I want to say in regards to the tweets that Summer deleted. As of today, March 13th, 2018, Summer and her management team have not bothered to contact me about the situation, despite the drama alert story in which I'm sure Summer and probably her team saw. But I'll give them time. If you want to stay updated, follow me on Twitter. Thank you guys again for listening, and
Let's just watch the rest of the
videos once a week. Can you be consistent with that too?
Yeah, I am being consistent. I have a team now.
Okay. Well, you got a legit team now?
Yeah.
You had to get rid of the nonsense?
Little Fasuzi Fasazi fa.
Susie Fasazi? What the fuck does that even mean, dude?
Fasuzi Fasazi, what the hell is that? That sounds like something your videos used to be like before I started editing them. But hey, that's another story for another day. If you want to say my name, just say it. It's been 2 years since the Summer situation happened, and I still get a lot of people for some reason asking me what happened with Summer. Hey bro, there are 3 videos, just watch them. Nothing really happened. I got mistaken for an editor for a while. I get a lot of people to just email me, hey man, can you edit my YouTube videos, when they don't even have a YouTube channel started. See, I get you want to do YouTube, but just go on YouTube, look up how to edit a video. I think that'll work out well for you. Me and Summer didn't talk much at all after this situation. Later that year, when I was entering college, 2018, she texted me asking if I could edit her videos again, and I was like, nah. I genuinely wasn't interested, and I had school going on, so I wasn't gonna force myself to do that. I don't have the text messages on me because I got a new phone since then, so unfortunately it's gone. Oh, and great news, after that, she unfollowed me on Twitter. It'd be like that sometimes. But I'm not tripping about it. It's not like we were best friends to begin with. But I just wanted to get you guys hip to some things you might learn from this situation. A smart man learns from his mistakes. A brilliant man learns from others. Yeah. First thing I learned is not to be too nice to people. It might sound simple, right? Some people take advantage of it. Sometimes they might even think of it as weakness. You can be nice to people, but obviously set some boundaries. If somebody's obviously trying to use you, you gotta step up for it. Looking back at my 17-year-old self, I'm 20 now. I can see why I was being used. Holy shit. Another thing I will say is not to undersell yourself. We agreed upon $50 a video, which is complete bullshit compared to how many views she got on those videos. And I don't care now because, you know, it's already done with. But I should have at least been charging $200 minimum. People relate your work to the price a lot. If you make really good work and you're charging it for such little price, they might just be skeptical about it. And they might think that your art isn't really as valuable as what you might think it is. Don't trust anyone, not even your friends sometimes. One thing I did was trusted her too much in receiving my payment. Be assertive when you have to. And I'm gonna tell you this, not everybody in the world wants to be your friend. Hey man, do you want to be my friend? Hey nigga, who the fuck are you? Get the fuck out my face with your smiling ass, ugly ass nigga. I just wanted to be your friend, man. Oh, nah, get the... Even when people want to be your friend, they always have hidden motives. And I'm not saying all people are bad. Sometimes the motives are really good and sometimes the motives can be malicious. Just be observative and you'll move through life very easy. And lastly, know your value. Somebody's talking shit, talk shit back. Because obviously they don't respect you enough to not talk shit about you. When you treat people the same way they treat you.
I'm not gonna lie, chat. I'm kind of going on a tangent right now. I fell down the rabbit hole and I gotta wait to climb back up.
That shit is crazy, man. It's like a Uno reverse card. The problem I had in the past with the situation is that I didn't really know my worth. I wasn't used to getting so much attention off of editing somebody's video and then eventually creating my own platform. I was just like, damn, but I hope this helped you out. You became a new person, rebirth. You feel brand new now? That's great. I'm gonna add a vlog at the end of this video. I was cutting my hair. Oh, you're evil. You wanted to see me mess up, huh? Support my media company, Abron. We're restocking on all clothes on the website May 21st. You guys can watch my hair get fucked up.
I'm gonna hold that two at once.
I'm sure it's a good video, but I don't want to watch it on stream right now. What's this one? As you can see by the title, here we go again. I know this situation happened almost 3 years ago, but I felt disrespected by the comments made. I did nothing for this, and yet here we go again. You can't be nice to everybody.
Yo guys, what is up? Solo here, back with a new video. It's been a while since I said that. I had a couple people tweet and DM me saying that Summer and Banks had pretty great things to say about me on Keemstar's podcast. Now first I want to apologize to the people that are tired of hearing about this situation because it happened 2 years ago and it should have ended 2 years ago. And I know that not everybody cares, but I'm just defending my integrity. Something a lot of YouTubers tend to not have nowadays. I don't appreciate people speaking bad of my name, especially when there was no ill intention with the videos I made about her. I don't tolerate disrespect at all. I was showing the truth and teaching people what not to do when working with another party. So to break the situation down, Keemstar has a podcast called Mom's Basement. Summer and Banks were being interviewed on said podcast. Towards the beginning of the podcast, they talk about me. During this, they seem to drag the situation and not really give any logical and unbiased insight. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of a hypocrite as well for dragging the situation because I did make a video a couple months ago talking about it, but it was to teach a life lesson. So yeah, I'm just gonna own up to that. Now I'm gonna break down the whole situation and give a completely unbiased insight.
You're on your grind, except for the fact that you made a YouTube channel and it was going crazy and stopped posting.
Yeah, why did I do that?
Why? Why did
Remember
you do
that? So like I didn't pay my editor.
Yeah,
It really.
I do remember
That
that.
whole
I remember that.
Guys, that whole situation was so bogus. Literally, I had emails with him because this is when I first moved into the Clout house and I didn't really have a lot of money. I was going through a really bad thing with just going through a hard time.
I love the way they mention my name and just laugh. I'm surprised they even remember me. It shows how much of an impact I had on her career. You didn't have a lot of money? Were those booty model checks and sponsors not paying enough on Instagram? I'm pretty sure if you had enough money to move to LA and hang out with huge influencers, you'd have some type of funds to pay $50 to your editor. If you were smart enough with money management, that wouldn't be an issue. And even if you didn't have money, why would you accept it in—
Did he just say, bro, know your worth? Did you just say $50 to edit entire YouTube videos? Wow.
In the first place, knowing that you couldn't pay somebody for labor? I can show the email right now with the portion of our conversation that involved the money aspect. Not once did you say you didn't have money in that email. You said you'd give credit to the editor, which was me, and then pay me once you started making money off YouTube. If you had been transparent and said that you were broke in that email, maybe this would have made more sense. But you're clearly just spitting random shit to degrade my name.
And I was like, hey, look, I want to do YouTube, but I don't have a lot of money right now. So if you want to be my editor, I'm gonna pay you. After every video said edited by Salone, I put him in the description. I got him a lot of subscribers, and
I got him a lot of subscribers. Please don't try to act like you made my career or something. I had near 100K subscribers on this platform before I started editing for you. I built that shit from the ground up. Grinded since I was 12. I'm not gonna deny that your videos got me exposure. Obviously it did, but don't try to word it as if you made me, because if anything, I made you on YouTube at least. You had a bigger platform on Instagram and chose to migrate to YouTube to expand said platform. I'd be lying if I said that me editing for you didn't give me any sort of exposure at all, because it did. But that wasn't the main reason why I wanted to edit for you. I was a 17-year-old in high school with near 100K subscribers on YouTube, looking for an opportunity to get paid and do what I love doing, which is making videos. That exposure was just an addition. Have you heard of something called mutual benefit? Your videos get edited for you, which saves you time. You pay your editor, which gives him money in his pockets, in which you didn't do at first. And the side benefit is that the editor gets his work seen. But you have to understand, why did people come to my channel in the first place? The editing, the creativity, something you lacked or couldn't bother to do yourself. And look, it's not bad to hire an
Yep.
editor. I'm not against it. Some people just don't have time to edit their own videos. But
That's me. And I'm not very good at it, but you know.
one, don't try to call yourself a creator if you don't even know how to edit your own videos. Two, don't
Damn.
And it became personal with me. It became personal with me.
Anyways.
try to downplay somebody's hard work and creativity off of exposure. Oh, can you edit my videos? Yeah, but it's gonna cost a little bit of money. I don't have money, but I can give you exposure. The world doesn't revolve around exposure. Empty those pockets. But what if I give you 100,000 exposure? I need money. There have been so many people and testimonies on those 3 videos I made about you saying that if the edits weren't entertaining, they wouldn't be watching it. And unfortunately, it's an indirect way of saying your personality was boring. I helped skyrocket your YouTube career. I'm pretty sure everything I said in that first video about you blew past your mind. I'm not gonna simp over you because I'm not attracted to you, but people saw a pretty face and whoever you were associated with and decided to keep watching your content. Pretty sure if you started up this YouTube stuff alone without any help from an editor or any of these influencers you're associated with, it would be much harder to build yourself. So your personality would develop over time with said hard work.
One day he woke up and just thought, I'm gonna expose her and make a video about it.
I can attest to that, actually. Summer was very transparent with this guy. She's exactly the way she just described it, and obviously...
Yeah, this part made no sense at all. I decided to make the video because you ghosted me for days and made excuses. You were not being transparent. You can ghost people that date you, but you can't ghost a person that you have a debt to. If somebody does labor for you, you have the legal obligation and responsibility to pay somebody for said labor. Oh, and speaking about labor, just a couple days ago, I hired somebody to edit the video I just uploaded a couple days ago, watching Phineas and Ferb for 24 hours. I didn't like the outcome of it because it just wasn't my style. The video was very slow paced. It just wasn't my style. There's really nothing more or less I could say. So I decided to edit the video myself, but I still sent the money that I promised him because he put time and work into it. It's called being a genuine human being.
Like this dude. The thing is, people...
Props to him. That's crazy. Not many creators would ever do that.
That was 5 million views. Like, that's the one thing that people want to say something mean about her. She didn't pay her editor. I'm like, well, the thing is, that's the worst thing people can say about me. Then
you're doing pretty good. Yeah. For real though.
Hell yeah, the video has 5 million views. But why is that the only thing you care about? Instead of trying to understand the situation and owning up to it, you only understand the exposure aspect of it. You solely focus on that. It has 5 million views because it was true. And a person with half a brain could understand that. There was even proof with screenshots and messages to back up my statements. People aren't saying you didn't pay your editor as an insult towards you. People lost respect for you because you couldn't even handle something as simple as just paying your editor. You're taking it face value and acting as if it's supposed to hurt you. It's not. But it should teach you a lesson to pay people for the work that they do. You sound like a high schooler that skips class and doesn't do their homework and complains why they have an F on their report card when you didn't even do anything to work for an A. Then you call the teacher a fat bitch because they didn't pass you. They teach you a lesson. You get an F, you realize you fucked up. That's how life works, right? You own up and understand your mistakes.
Well, hold up, because I remember covering that, and I was like, physically mad at you. I was like, why is she not paying her editor?
Oh yeah, no, you DM me and everything. I was like, please, I literally swear to you, I had no malicious intent. Like,
if you had no malicious intent, why weren't you transparent in the first place? If you really cared and didn't have malicious intent, you could have easily texted me or called me and we would have resolved this in an instant. But instead, you decided to play the ghosting game.
Like,
that's the problem with like internet drama in general, and not to attack what you do, Keem, for a living, but it's just very like a lot of the time it's very like there's no context to things. Like, you, especially when you hear things from one perspective.
I'm not really sure what Banks is talking about here. There was plenty of context. Not even sure if you watched the video, but okay. She had the opportunity to give her side of the story, but didn't. And Banks, you're talking about drama as a whole and not even this situation in particular. This is a bad attempt.
In particular, Scabber.
And not to say like this human who edited your videos is insignificant or you're any more important, but like,
Rapper did Scabber.
Like, do you really want to address something like that every time somebody comes at you with some that? It was very apparent that this kid was just looking for exposure.
And that right there is a biased opinion with no hard facts. Looking for exposure? That's ironic coming from a person with a YouTube group named Clout Gang. I'm a clout chaser because I wanted to get paid. Y'all are manipulative as hell, man. Did all that fame go to your head? If you had even an inch of a brain cell, you'd understand this wasn't a move for clout. I wanted money for what I worked for. For all I cared, the video would have had 10K views, and I would have been happy because I got the truth out. If you want to call me a clout chaser, just look at the platform you're on. You're literally doing an interview to seek recognition and validation for your personal life and things you're doing on social media as a Isn't that clout chasing in its own way because you're trying to expand your presence, your influence on different platforms? Keemstar's mom's basement being the platform. Super hypocritical. Is clout all you guys think about? Like,
I don't want to know about Keemstar's mom's basement.
you realize there's a real world, right? Where when you do labor, you get paid with money and not exposure. If I wanted exposure, I would have milked the hell out this situation. I would have made diss tracks. I would have tried to start beef like every other YouTuber on this platform. I would have even acted ignorant in the video and just said some dumb shit to get a reaction. But instead, I decided to take the noble way out and expose the truth respectively with hard facts. I applied pressure when you didn't respond, and when you did respond and everything was sorted out, I stopped immediately.
That's sometimes it makes.
See, that's what I did with Ryan Trahan. I saw there was a problem, and I saw no one was talking about it, and no one was talking about it in a public square or anything. So I decided to take matters into my own fucking hands and expose the fact that Ryan Trahan kind of indirectly scammed a bunch of people. And I got pretty good views out of it. But I did it for a good reason, and it had a good outcome because I had noble intentions. Just like this guy did for exposing Summer.
Makes it hard, right? Like, I think the reason why Drama Alert is so successful is because I have a good relationship. Well, maybe not a good relationship, but I have a relationship, a working relationship with almost every creator, right? So if stuff goes down, I can just reach out to him and be like, okay, what's your side? What happened, right?
Yeah, and that's great, Keemstar. Great job for reaching out to both of us. But right now, it kind of seems like you're leaning towards the side of your friends. But hey, you do own Drama Alert, so you want to keep a good relationship with said friends with clout.
Yeah, and to give you credit, like people do criticize
True.
you for like going after people and like trying to ruin people, but you always, no matter how much you hate somebody, you always give everybody an opportunity to speak and cover the whole story. And like,
Yeah, at this point, they're kind of just virtually shaking each other's dicks. Sorry, I mean hands.
and that's the other thing too about perspective. People look at people on the internet, and if you have a large number next to your name, like you said, like during that time in your life, if you weren't making a lot of money, but people don't think that, especially when you're living in the house and like your Summer Rae and stuff. People assume and like
I was getting out of like a bad like management type
yeah,
situation.
you were.
And,
It
like,
was all.
my
I
life
remember.
was so messed up.
it was.
So I was just going through a hard time trying to get my life together. I was like, I want my videos edited.
All it just took was a simple, hey, you know, right now I'm getting out of a management. I don't have enough money to pay you, but blah, 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 blah. It could have just been something as simple as that. Granted, if it was too personal, I would understand that. You could have sugarcoated it. But it's better than just ghosting me and then hiring a new editor expecting that I wouldn't notice anything. But all I really gotta say is I lost respect for you both entirely. But this segment alone shows how much integrity and decency you have as human beings. None. I was respectful in those videos. I talked about you. Tried not to bring negativity. Any negativity that was brought upon you was from third parties that decided to act along their own volition and behalf. If you think I'm a clout chaser, that's amazing. Just because you have a social media presence doesn't mean the world revolves around you. There are 7 billion plus people on this planet with just as much significance as your being. But at the end of the day, it's sad that it took you guys 2, almost 3 years to even reply to this situation as a whole. And it was a very half-assed reply too. No real hard facts or evidence, just kind of spewed biased information. But yeah, I've had enough of this. Hope you guys live long and successful lives. I don't have any negativity towards y'all. I just want you guys to see the situation as is without bias. Hopefully one day we could come to terms with this, Summer. And if we can't, so be it. Good luck. I appreciate the loyal viewers that understand this logically and showed no bias to either side. Thanks for being respectful. You guys are dope, and thanks for giving the time to listen to me. If you want to stay updated with me, follow my Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. If you want to support me even further, follow my brand Abrunt and cop something from the site. We have a Discord community if you want to talk there as well. One final announcement, I'll be uploading every single Sunday. So, I don't know, we can call it Solo and Sunday or something. Yeah, that's really all I gotta say, man. Just to let y'all know, a lot of big influencers don't give a shit about y'all at all. They don't care about the fans, they don't care about...
Damn, this is crazy, because I didn't even, like, I didn't know the situation back then. Of course, back in 2017, 2018, I was like freshman, sophomore in high school, so I didn't know shit about shit. But, like, it's crazy because I didn't even know any of this, and I couldn't even ever watch Summer Rae's videos because I just thought they were boring. Like, I saw her in Rice Gum videos, and most of the time, whenever she was in those videos, she was boring to me too. So I just didn't watch her a lot. Like, now she's not relevant anymore anyways, so it's like I haven't heard about Summer Rae since probably 2018, 2019. Like, she's nobody now, apparently. Anyways, let's get back to the video we were watching.
In total, which might seem like a lot, but for someone as rich as Summer Rae, that was pocket change. Not to forget that it also all divides out to around $50 per video. Throughout the messages, Summer also brings up issues that wouldn't exactly be a problem in her very high position. From monetization issues to selling payment, to her computer crashing so she couldn't send her videos and had to get an editor closer in LA. Of course, these are all real issues any creator would face, but for someone in the Clout house like Summer, these would be insignificant, easily dealt with. Even if she wasn't monetized yet, she did clearly have the money to pay Solomon for his work. Later on, when Solomon asked for his money, Summer's management team told him a lot of lies. This included details about their proceedings and Solomon's work, as well as them saying there were copyright claims on the video, even though that's incredibly easy to disprove. At the end of it, they wanted him to settle for a credit in the description, but eventually Summer supposedly conceded and asked for Solomon's address. Except that was better than anyone, because you show your blank for free. For the rest of 2019 and onwards, Summer would continue posting her fitness videos on Instagram, and later moved over to TikTok, where she started to make contact with some of the most popular people there. She also continued to make appearances in the Clout and FaZe house, and would also be entangled in the Save the Kids scam. She would begin possibly dating TikToker Taylor Holder in 2020, although the details were shady, but later broke up with him. On another episode of Mom's Basement, Summer primarily talks about her relationship with Taylor Holder. In the podcast, Summer claimed that Taylor was still in love, and even contacted her boyfriend due to this. In particular, she said that Taylor was trying to get back together with her, whilst he was with Charlie Jordan, another popular TikToker. According to Summer, Taylor cried to someone saying this: "I love this girl, you need to stop talking to her." Taylor would respond to this by going on the BFF's podcast and claimed that his and Summer's relationship had been super toxic. He stated they often broke up and there were trust issues, going on to give examples of things that went wrong in their relationship. Right from their fight during the 4th of July to Summer thinking he might be cheating, Taylor admitted their relationship was not healthy. The podcast ended with Taylor stating that he has always wanted to be on good terms with Summer, but the same reaction was not reciprocated from her end. He further added that he and Summer had not spoken in a long time. As of now, Summer Rae has also just been living her life and continually posting on her Instagram to this day, which now has over 25 million followers. She's also been filmed doing DJ sets and went on George Janko's podcast to discuss how she had been offered $40 million from OnlyFans to join the platform, only for her to reject the offer in favour of becoming a Christian. Despite how big her following is, it's fair to say she won't be returning to the mainstream limelight anytime soon. Leaving the weirdest individual out of the Clout house for last, Wolfie's inclusion was an interesting decision. Wolfie wasn't exactly a guy who made the same kind of content as his peers, as much as it was just soy facing at large quantities of materials / food. But regardless, he was in the Clout house, and he featured in all their videos. In November 2017, he would embark on trading diss tracks with Chunks of all people in probably the year's most convoluted drama. It all started with Big Shaq, a parody rapper who went viral after he made his track Man's Not Hot. Though it started blowing up and charting in the summer, Big Shaq would release a music video for it in September of that year, which is where this all stems from. Now, the music video featured Waka Flocka Flame, Lil Yachty, Jim Jones, DJ Khaled, and Chunks, who plays the part of
I'm actually learning shit in this video. I thought it would be exactly like the other videos I've watched on the whole Clout Gang Jake Paul shit, but I'm actually learning a lot of new information. I did, like a lot of these people, I didn't watch Wolfie raps, because like I thought he was boring. I didn't care about his content, and a lot of it seemed like it was for children. And I was in high school at this time, so I didn't really care. But
then, when reacting to it, Wolfie would make a few jokes towards Chunks.
Chill. I need to go back to see Asni. Why is Asni the biggest goon I've ever seen in my life? Why is he giving the camera?
Chunks would then hit back by making his own diss track towards Wolfie, which featured a brief cameo from Big Shaq. And in the diss track, he also features Wolfie's previous group, Team Albo, whom Wolfie abandoned in Canada for Clout Gang. Team Albo is also, by Toastify's official race index, the whitest diss track feature of 2017. Wolfie would make a diss track responding to them by going directly at Big Shaq in his song Check the Statistics feat. Rice Gum. Now, you might be looking at that thinking that Rice Gum featuring one of those tracks should have made it gone viral, but what you're missing is that Rice Gum actually isn't even in the video, nor did he actually record any lines for the video. It's all just reused from Rice Gum's video.
Check the statistics. My clout higher than yours. Proof if you check the statistics. With the Lord as my witness, take this out, you don't misfits. Rice Gum said you are relevant. Facts, check the statistics. Yeah.
Actually, no, it's not reused from Rice Gum's video, that's Idubbbz's video border, what the fuck? Now, obviously, saying someone is in your song when they're not is probably against some sort of terms of service, but Wolfie tried to justify it because Chunks put featuring Big Shaq in his diss track, and he wasn't in the diss track. However, what Wolfie again fails to mention is that Rice Gum never was on his track or recorded any original lines, whilst Big Shaq was at least in the video. If anything, this sort of drama highlighted why people become so tired of diss tracks lately. The cyclical nature of milking shit like this until it was dead was so recognizable and easily spotted as a money grab by the audience. In his video on the situation, commentary YouTuber Will and E points it out more clearly.
With any online beef, right, you don't just make the one video. So you make the
I forgot that the Square Man existed. Let's see how the Square Man is doing these days. I forgot that the Square Man existed. Holy shit, he still makes videos? He still gets millions of views? Wait, Square Man is doing better than he ever has. Oh wait, he doesn't post very many videos. Does he? He's posted 10 videos in the last year. Crazy. Big ups, Square Man.
And then the behind the scenes, side note, make that one look like it is the diss track. Then you make the actual video, and then you jump into follow-up reaction videos to your own video. My mom reacts to my diss track, she cries. Jesus Christ. No wonder he's got his best Gucci bag on, man. He really is a 25 stone Morgs. And then bang, right, doesn't even stop there. His mate David Parody, also part of the pull your maddest face you possibly can in your thumbnail gang. Bloody hell, mate, you're really liking the look of that burger, aren't you? Well, he made a reaction video to it, and it's 10 minutes. It's a 4-minute song. How have you managed to get mid-rolls out of this?
However, this would not be the greatest controversy Wolfie is known for. Ever since joining the Clout House, Wolfie had been acting a bit weird. It wasn't just that LA changed his personality as opposed to Canada, but also his behavior in his relationship had been pretty weird. He would ask his girlfriend Sylvia to sometimes stay in an Airbnb whilst he hung out at the Clout House, and as it turns out, this had been for a pretty dark reason. In May 2018, an Instagram model by the name of Jasmine would come out to say that she and Wolfie had been dating. This included messages, recordings of them FaceTiming, pictures of her in the Clout House, and
No. Fuck. That's crazy.
and pictures of them sleeping together. Keemstar and his news team would soon get a hold of the story and find tweets that solidly proved she was 15 to 16, and at the time Wolfie was 24. Yet the reaction to this incredibly concerning age gap was one of resorting to talk about how Wolfie had cheated on his girlfriend, when surely shouldn't the fact she was 15 be more important? Well, according to the girl herself, she was not 15 or 16.
To everybody that keeps saying I'm fucking 16, eat my butt, because I'm not.
Which led most people to assume she was 17. Now that still isn't great, but sorry, wait, hold the fucking phone. There is a tweet where she literally says she was 3 years from turning 18 in March 2017. Keemstar got in contact with her classmate, who provided a picture of her class badge showing that she entered sophomore in 2018, and people blindly believe her word over it? Oh, she wouldn't have a motive to lie? Hey, maybe someone who's an Instagram model at 16 doesn't really want the feds involved, and how a 15-year-old was let into the Clout House is just beyond me. Keemstar would later release an interview with Jasmine where she talked about her motives behind leaking a relationship with Wolfie.
It just so happened to be like me being tired of him mistreating me, and like, I don't know, I just felt like a little, like I was just put in a shell. and I had no say in anything, and I don't know, he posted something.
Stop making those stupid fucking faces! The Keemstar. I swear, if he does it one more fucking time.
On his Snapchat that triggered me.
What he
and
said?
It was obviously like, no, like the Snapchat was of him and Sylvia, and like she was just blowing kisses to the camera, and I like
stop doing the faces.
I don't know, it triggered me because it's so sad how he was still letting this continue, and he would get separate Airbnbs for her to stay, so like I could go see him and stuff. So I was just like,
wait,
what?
time out. Are you mean to tell me that like he would go somewhere and get 2 Airbnbs, one for his girlfriend, one for you?
No, he would take me to the Clout house so that like she would stay in the Airbnb while I was at the Clout house with him. When she could have went to the Clout house and stayed with him, you get me? But no, he would tell her, get your own Airbnb.
Okay, this isn't the Cloud House anymore. This is fucking Little St. Banks. A few days later, Sylvia would make her own video called How to Survive Heartbreak, where she talks about the effects of Wolfie cheating on her.
I definitely drank way too much, so, I mean, it's 3 p.m. I've been kind of recovering.
Yeah, when is anyone going to mention the minor part, or Wolfie breaking the law?
I mean, was Wolfie Raps cheating on his girlfriend, or were you guys just flirting back and forth?
It was 100% cheating.
So like 100% like hooking up.
Yeah.
Okay, because the reason why I asked this is because in like California, right, Wolfie Raps is like life is ruined, right? Because like in California, the age of consent is 18. So if you guys were hooking up when you were 17, I mean, he's fucked.
I don't know, maybe my Hollywood theory is right. The closer you get to the Hollywood sign, the higher chance you have of being a predator. A few days after this news, Bangor kicked Wolfie out of the Cloud House. However, despite the ugly circumstances, Wolfie has largely gotten away with everything. Sleep with a 15-year-old? Oh, it's all fine as long as you just keep making the same content for the last few years after amending the bridge with your old team which you left for Clout. Oh, girlfriend of mine that I cheated on with a high schooler? You want to get together? Sure, what could go wrong there? Hey, I'll make a music video for you too. Listen, Wolfie hasn't uploaded for almost 2 years. He's probably just moved on for his life. He's probably just starting his own family or whatever. I don't know the pinpoint details, so I'm really not going to go on our weekly The One Who Got Away crusade, but fucking hell. Everything I've heard about this case just fucking disgusts me, and everyone was concerned about the other thing. I'm puzzled. This shit needs like a deeper look into it. Someone needs to like look deeper into this and what actually happened. In conclusion, what can we say about the legacy of the Clout House? Though it was an entertaining place, a lot of people found the members of the Clout House to be pseudo-celebrities, annoying, arrogant, and obnoxious. It was a place where the internet seemed mostly split on opinions, but in the end, even though all these people made a lot of money, their career decay is somewhat bittersweet. I and many others always turn back to Roadshaw's Bricegum diss track as a good summary for everything that happened to this group of YouTubers. As for the actual house, after the end of a 1.5-year lease, FaZe Banks extended it for a bit more, but eventually sold it to a group of aspiring creators and a whole different platform. And the Clout House of yesterday became the Hype House of today, which itself has gotten in a lot of hot water. Now the Clout House just stands for rent, with a price of $40,000 a month, waiting for the next big online influencer group to step inside its walls. But until then, until next time, stay toasty. Thanks again to Raid for sponsoring this video.
I feel like that house would suck to be inside of. Like, you couldn't walk around without a shirt on. Without somebody looking through your damn window at you. Like, that's just awkward. Couldn't walk around in your underwear in that house? Somebody'd be looking through through your fucking window, just staring at you like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Okay, I wanted to try this new game that I found. It's called X Defiant. X Defiant. I wanted to try this game because Rogue Company's been being a piece of shit. Ghost Recon I played yesterday, but I found this new game called X Defiant. I found out it's a really good game actually. So I'm gonna try it and we'll see how that goes. Sorry, I'm typing my information in here. So I had to hide my screen so nobody could see it. Are you fucking kidding me? I have to, god damn it. I have to re-log in and everything. I swear, if it asks for my phone number. Okay, there we go. Okay. Let's try this game. New game drop, chat. New game drop, pog.